You don't want to mess up the primary stat on something like boots and chest sometimes, right? But a case like this, I think we're going to do it live, man. We're going to do it live. Let's go ahead and rework this piece of gear, man. Red stat. Oh, yes. Dude. All right, man, here's how to earn hundreds of millions of silver. But first, let's roll up an item, shall we? An item that might be the very first ever quad speed roll item on my entire account. Yes, it's from the Instinct set, but even still, what a milestone this would be. It's a 1 in 4, for God's sake. God damn it. Okay, well, it's still a really, really good piece, but oh god damn. I thought I could start the video off with a bang. We're going to be getting to upgrading some potentially very, very, very juicy gear indeed towards the end of this video. But right now, man, let's get to the tips, because we got silver to splash. Here's how you can get a crazy amount of silver yourself. Easiest, most obvious way to get your hands on some silver is, of course, farming campaign 12 stage 3 on brutal difficulty. So you're getting those good old artifact shield drops while farming up your food champions. These sell for a great amount of silver, at least compared to all of the other artifacts, right? Shields just sell for the best, and that's why we're going to be farming campaign 12-3. That's the obvious one out of the way. And slightly less obvious one is good old Spider's Den. This is like the unofficial silver mine of Raid Shadow Legends, and for newer players in particular, you might only be able to farm like the lower stages, stage 9, 10, 11, 12. Stick to stage 10. Here's why. Stage 10 is bugged like crazy. It has an insane drop rate, like an 80% drop rate on rank 5 accessories in stage 10. The drop rate of these accessories nosedives again down to like 40% or something much lower in stage 11, 12, 13, etc, etc, etc. Stage 10, if you're just getting started in Spider's Den, absolutely worth blasting if you're still in the early game of Raid Shadow Legends. My advice, to be honest, farm every single Spider's Den tournament that goes active. Just grab yourself the free rewards. You're going to accrue a stupid amount of silver while farming this dungeon anyway, so it's always worth it, even if you're not getting a crazy amount of item upgrades. And remember, of course, that accessory artifacts sell for way more than just regular artifacts, especially the banners. I mean, check this out. Just a random 5-star banner here. Defense. Not bad substats here, but it didn't get any speed rolls and it's only rank 5. So for me on my account, this one is a sell. 70,000 silver for a single banner. It's unbelievable how much cash you can make just from selling your accessories. Before continuing on, remember that if you're looking to start off a new raid account anytime soon, make sure to use my beginner promo link, which as always is down below at the top of the video description box, to kickstart your new raid account with full free champions, including a legendary starter champion in the form of Corrado Foxhunder. And all you've got to do is click on my beginner link and use it to create a new raid account. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, Felix is your cat, Rover's your dog, and Corrado Foxhunder will be your new starter legendary man. Let's have it. Next up, man, we've got the Forge building. Now, crafting your gear in your Forge building should only ever be done during clan versus clan tournaments, right? This is because it's the only time in the game you could be crafting gear in the Forge, and also double dipping into another event, right? You get CVC points during the clan versus clan for crafting your gear in the Forge. And so now is the perfect time to do it. But even the gear like Resilience gear, which isn't exactly account-changingly good, you can just be crafting the hell out of this in huge batches of 10 without using any charms or anything like that, right? Just crafting big batches of 10 of this, and you're basically auto-selling all of it. I mean, you might want to hold on to some of the 5 or 6 star speed boots and stuff like that. There might be some pieces that you find that you want to hold on to, but for the most part, you're just going to be selling all of this off and just getting yourself a crazy, crazy amount of silver totally for free during the CVC when you'd be doing the crafting anyway. Some of these pieces are not too bad in terms of speed rolls, by the way, but I'm just going to go ahead and sell them. And so while it does cost you some silver to, of course, complete these crafts, again, don't be wasting any charms on sets that aren't particularly amazing in the Forge, but craft these out during CVC, you earn all kinds of free points, sell them all off, crazy amount of silver coming in from the Forge as well. And I guess that is really to say, make sure that you're farming your faction wars every single day as well, so that you actually have Forge crafting materials ready to use in your Forge building. Faction Wars is the easiest way to get your hands on this, and even if you're only able to farm the lower stages of a certain faction crypt, it doesn't matter, right? The Forge materials, even the bad ones, can still be used to craft just some like low ranked gear, like some 3 or 4 star gear for Resilience, like so, and then you can just sell all of these off and just make some easy silver that way as well. Every little helps. Next up, man, we've got farming the Minotaur's Labyrinth dungeon, and ideally what you want to do in Minotaur's Labyrinth is, well, you want like one carry champion in the mix. That's just going to help you blast your way through the dungeon somewhat efficiently. And then what you want to be doing is as you're farming your mastery scrolls for a bunch of champions, try and also be farming levels on those champions at the same time, right? So that the XP isn't going to waste in Minotaurs. Most importantly, you're going to earn like, I think it's like 1 point something million silver or whatever per champion that you grind up in Minotaur's Labyrinth, right? Because you get a little bit of silver for every run that you complete. So I think it's like 1.5 million silver or something, 2 million silver, something like that, per champion that you grind their masteries up in Minotaur's Labyrinth. Definitely way more efficient in terms of resources gained from farming Minotaur's Labyrinth rather than spending the gems to just instantly unlock a champion's masteries. So, yeah. Minotaurs, it's just a good idea, okay? That's really the long and short of it. And then just some silver, there you go. Next up, and after doing a whole bunch of account takeovers over the past few months of my raid career, this is a mistake I've seen a lot, and that is equipping gear on champions that you're just not really using that much, that aren't max level just yet. I've got some equipped right here, and I guess an example champion, Epic Cornelia, I think she's called. A champion that I just didn't upgrade in the end. She's not called Cornelia. What the hell is she called? Oh, it's Carlenia. Okay, for God's sake. Well, I was close, all right. Yeah, this is a champion I just don't use anymore, and I've just got to now remove all of the gear off of her. That's it, really. Don't go equipping artifacts, especially unupgraded artifacts, on champions that are not maxed out just yet on your account. Maybe you're going to leave a champion at level 50, in which case, I mean, that's fine. If you're leaving a champ at 50, get the gear on them. That's totally okay. But way too often, you see champs that just aren't really being used, or are maybe not even level 50 yet, right? They're still sitting at like 4 stars or something. And for some reason, people are putting gear on them. It's just a very bad idea indeed. And that's mostly because, frankly, as you level that champion up, by the time you get that champion from level, from 4 stars up to 6 stars, the gear on your account could well have changed a lot, and the quality of gear on your account could well have changed a lot, and so for some reason you slammed artifacts on a champion that just wasn't very good at the time, you weren't really using. By the time you've built them out and you're ready to start using them, now you've got to remove a bunch of that older gear, which is just costing you silver to do, to replace it with better gear that you've since farmed up on the account. It just makes no sense to go ahead and slam like a 4-star champion in artifacts. Ever, to be honest, unless it's like your starting champion. God, and there we go. Okay, man, I spent the silver required. She is now completely naked. Get her in the vault, man. Get her where she belongs, man, in that goddamn vault. You know what I'm saying? Next up, when it comes to upgrading your gear, there are some efficiency tricks that you want to pay attention to, right? First and foremost, make sure that there's an artifact enhancement event active before you ever start rolling up your gear. There's one active right now that I've rolled a little bit of upgrades into, and yeah, it just makes no sense to upgrade gear outside of an artifact enhancement event, ever. In fact, once you've capped out an artifact enhancement event, or just picked up a certain reward that you're looking for in the event, stop upgrading, right? It just makes no sense anymore. So be very disciplined when it comes to that. Now for actually upgrading your artifacts themselves, right? First of all, know what stats you are actually looking for. As I just move my camera out of the way. We've got some HP percentage boots here for the perception set, but it does have speed roll as a potential substat, and we're being very deliberate about just hunting for the speed rolls. We miss on the very first one, boom, these boots are gone. This is how we're going to be cleansing our artifacts over time and making sure that our collections don't get crazy out of hand. Once again, here we're looking for the speed roll. We do actually hit on the speed roll. I think a double speed roll would make it so that I consider holding on to these. A single speed roll, probably not going to be good enough. It's a perception set. We're looking to put it on champions that need speed and accuracy, and a single speed roll there, not quite going to cut it. Next up, we have a legendary option that I'm going to crank straight up to 8, and once again, hunting for speed rolls. We miss. We sell, okay? No dilly-dallying about. And so I've got a hell of a lot of artifacts here to roll on up. Let's see if we can get some good ones caught on camera and hopefully get some, like, double or triple speed rolls, or double or triple crit rolls on some of these pieces. Well, I tell you what, man, look at all of this perception and all of this stone skin gear, actually. Maybe we could go ahead and roll some of this up and see how these rolls land. Protection pieces in particular, actually a set that I'm looking to build out kinda soon, and oh my god, we hit the accuracy and the speed in the first 2 rolls here. Any other accuracy or speed rolls would be absolutely insane on this protection shield. Very nice. I mean, it's a shame about the flat HP, but this is pretty damn good so far. I'm pretty happy to go ahead and roll this up to 16 for the triple speed roll, boys, on the very first-ish item that we roll up, I guess. at least from the protection set in this video. Very, very nice indeed, man. Ooh, okay, man, the hunt is going quite saucy so far. Oh god. And then we have pieces like this, for example, low HP percentage chest, fine. Double flat rolled into attack. Yeah, let's just get rid of this piece, man. I'm going to try and do a little bit of cleansing, at least as I go here. So another little trick that you can do as well before deciding on whether or not to roll certain items up to rank 16 involves, well, first of all, rolling them up to rank 12, like these boots right here, these stone skin boots. And you know what? I'm pretty happy with where these substat rolls went. Could be a little bit better. They're only 5-star, but even still, before you decide to take an item up to rank 16, especially if it's boots, chestplate, or gauntlets, what you want to do first is take them up to rank 12. Then you can go ahead and ascend them, see where the substat roll goes. It goes into percentage HP, which is actually very, very middle of the pack, I guess, and so I'm going to make my mind up about these a little bit later on. But what you can do is just see where these rolls go if an item is kind of a little bit of a close call. And if you like where the pink stats roll when you ascend the item up, you can then use that knowledge to decide if you actually want to take an item up to rank 16. Of course, the stats are very, very variable on gloves, chestplate, and boots, which is why I recommend ascending those ones up first once you get them up to rank 12. And just ascend them one time to see where the pink stats go. Don't go crazy with ascending your items. You want to ascend your items, of course, during CVC instead, because it's just free CVC points. And so you might as well wait for the clan versus clan to start for that, but you can at least sort of test the waters a little bit like this by just throwing one pink star into your guys. Oh my god, some potentially big stone skin gauntlets here, boys. Let's see where we go. We get a little bit of a speed roll. Let's see if we can get a double speed roll going, or percentage health. Ugh. Goes into flat attack. God damn it. I just don't have many gloves to deal with either when it comes to my stone skin gauntlets. Just a tough set to collect. I think I'm just going to hold on to those even though it pains me. I really shouldn't. And oh my god, look at this chest plate right here, man. The amount of defensive stats on this are unreal. This is one of those that I'm probably going to take up to rank 6 anyway. It actually rolls into flat attack as its final stat, which sucks a bit. But let's see if we can hit another percentage health or a speed roll for the final roll. Goes into attack percentage, which little bit crappy, but still, that's one of my better chest pieces that I've just got lying around, at least for protection. I don't really have anybody built out in a protection set just yet. It's one of those sets that just takes a while to kind of come together, mostly because of a lack of accessories for protection. Oh my god. Oh, yo. Hold the phone for just a second. 5-star mythical weapon here with red HP as the substat. Obviously, piece of crap to have this as the red stat on this piece of gear. But we actually triple roll. Oh my god. Okay, making this one an extremely, extremely good candidate for a rework. Ooh, god. Oh, god. I mean, these ores are here to be spent, right? When it comes to spending your ores, by the way, very, very risky to use them on anything that's not like helmet, shield, or weapon. There's of course some other edge cases where you can use them. You can use them on other pieces of gear, but you don't want to mess up the primary stat on something like boots and chest sometimes, right? But a case like this, I think we're gonna do it live, man. We're gonna do it live. Let's go ahead and rework this piece of gear, man. Red stat. Oh yes, dude. Oh my god, that never happens to me. That never happens. Oh yo. We get the trip speed roll. Could it even be a quadruple speed roll, man? Double rainbow all the way across the sky. Anybody who doesn't know what that meme is has no idea what I'm talking about. What is this? I've ascended in content creator luck. We've actually just straight up ascended. My first ever quad speed roll on this goddamn account. Oh my god, dude. Miracles do happen. Dreams do come true. Yes, it's only a 5-star piece, but 26 speed unglyphed on a 5. Man, oh my god. I gotta build a champ out in full protection set. Some point soon. I just have to. I can't have this protection gear just sitting here unused, unutilized. Wow, man. Okay. Cool. Very, very nice. Is it kind of crazy of me to just want to stop there for the time being? Yeah, I'm going to be doing a bit more of this, I guess, kind of off camera. Maybe I'm just going to do a video some point soon, just going through all of my artifacts and just rolling up everything during the next artifact enhancement, and just see if we can just hit some saucy rolls like that. And, you know, I'll cut to the good bits for you guys, of course, when it comes to the video. But, yeah, that's how you want to be rolling up your gear. you know, the occasional quad speed roll can also feel pretty good as you're doing that. And just make sure that you're selling off all of the crap as you go. That way you just earn some of the cash back as you go through an artifact enhancement event. Now, the next silver saving tip is when it comes to building out a champion, like I'm actually going to be trying to make a build for Ethelyn the Golden in the coming weeks. Build this guy out, see if we can give him a good run out into Chimera. When it comes to building a champ out, please, you must do this. That is, go into your filter button right here and actually just use the fitting room when designing a champion build, right? It's so important not to be like putting items on a guy and then, ooh, he doesn't quite have the crit rate that I'm looking for, so now you've got to pull an item off and switch something else in and then pull another item off, and then you roll an item up to 16 and the rolls don't go where you're looking for, and now you're over crit capped and it's just all over the place. You're wasting so much silver kind of putting items on guys, pulling them off, stuff like that, and it kind of surprises me how few people, or rather how large of a minority of people do not use the fitting room when building out their champs. For me, what I'd recommend you do is look for gloves first, right? Try and fill the glove slot on your champs first. So you want to go into gloves on the filter. You want to go to primary stats. Then you're looking for usually crit damage for your damage dealers. It might be HP percentage or defense percentage if you're building a support style champ, of course. Either way, start with the gloves first, right? Again, crit damage for your damage dealers is going to be the best way to go. So then get the gloves dotted in. Then you might want to go ahead and move on over to the boots, because usually you're looking for primary stat speed on your boots, and you can kind of pick the boots from the set that match that champion best, whether it's a damage dealer, maybe looking for savage, that kind of thing, right? If it's support, maybe you're just looking for a good old stun set. Maybe you're going to make use of them that way. And then finally, swing it back on around to the chest, where you're usually looking for, you know, attack percentage if it's a nuker, or either HP or defense percentage if it's a support style champ, or maybe even accuracy, you know, can also work on some champions too. And yeah, once you've got those 3 items built out on building your champion, I know this is going off on a little bit of a tangent from the main topic of the video, but yeah, the rest of the build kind of figures itself out, kind of works itself out. It's much easier to then go ahead and find a weapon, headgear, and shield that kind of match the sets you're looking for, or match the stats that you're looking for. Same thing with accessories as well, much easier to find. Just getting the gloves, boots, and then chest painted in on a champion in the fitting room makes building that champion much easier from that point onwards. Those are like the 3 really problematic items to find, I feel, for when building out a champ. And finally, when it comes to addressing perhaps an older champion that you built out a long time ago on your account, something like a Deacon on my account. It took me a long time to pull this guy. When I did pull him, I leveled him to 50, kind of put a lot of hand-me-down gear on the Deacon that I'm not super proud of or happy with, but I was using him in Faction Wars and it was fine. If you're ever looking to rebuild a champion, just wait. Ooh, hang on a second. Just wait until there is a free gear removal event active. Those kind of come around once every month or 2, where you can just remove gear for free from your champions. Another thing you can do is head on into not Doom Tower, into Cursed City instead, rather. And I think it's around here somewhere, or maybe it's on hard mode. Cursed City. It's one of the very early room battles in Cursed City. Will actually award your account with a few hours of free gear removal for completing that Cursed City battle. And so what I'd recommend doing is not clearing that battle right away. Just leave it sitting around. There's no rush to pick up that token and just have it expire in your inbox or something right on your account. Just clear that specific room battle for the free gear removal. Maybe it's this one or this one, I can't quite remember. But just complete that specific room battle when you actually are planning on rebuilding some champions during Artifact Enhancement event, just so that when you remove their gear, it's not going to cost you millions of silver to get that simple job done. But there you have it, guys. There's all kinds of tips and a happy little quad roll as well that hopefully brightened up your day as much as it did mine in this happy little video, and hopefully some of these tips are going to help you out to get filthy rich yourself and find some crazy item upgrades, and keep your artifact storage a little bit cleaner than mine is as well right now. as you go. And so that is going to be all for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you all did enjoy it, man, and I hope that you also enjoy the rest of your day. And you know what, man, if you're looking to create a new raid account anytime soon, make sure to use my beginner promo code, or promo link rather, which is down below at the top of the video description box. Click on that link right now, use it to create a new raid account, and you'll get yourself 4 free champions, including Corrado Fox Hunter as a starter champion legendary on that new account. There it is, man. Best beginner promo link going right there. Thanks for watching, guys. Do enjoy the rest of your days, and I'm going to catch all of y'all just a tad bit later, man. Ooh, very first ever speed quad roll, man. I am pumped.